Final match of the night and the final piece of our semi-final jigsaw puzzle. Chile and Georgia, and these two, like many of these sides, have got a bit of history. It all dates back to Santiago, when Chile hosted the Challenger Series, and they've come here surfing on a silver wave from the Pan American Games, whilst Georgia, defeated finalists in 2022, have come out strongly here. They've already taken a South American scalp in the form of Uruguay. Chile now stand before them. They made light work of Portugal earlier this morning, having had a good win against Japan and a narrow loss against Tonga. For Georgia, it's been up and down. Victory over Los Terros was backed up by a limp showing against Hong Kong, China, but the win that they needed to get against Papua New Guinea was delivered. And now it is just Chile who stand in their way between them and a semi-final.
The guys outside.
Carlos Ricardo of Brazil.
Yeah. Georgia kicked the ball from that side.
Will guide us through this final act on day 2 of the HSBC World Rugby
that side for one.
Sevens Challenger under the floodlights.
Chile kick off for that side. Chile. Guys, Chile kick. Chile kick the ball, please.
Which side? Which side?
Yeah, Chile kick the ball. Ustedes tienen que patear el balón. Ustedes arrancan.
¿Salimos nosotros de acá?
Sí, Chile, right to left. Yeah, patea acá para allá.
Ya, salimos nosotros.
Yeah, you receive the ball right there.
Okay.
Well, as you can see, some confusion over the outcome of the toss. The team's on the right side, but assuming the wrong roles. Chile in red, kicking right to left and targeting some of those Georgian lifting pods that are locked and loaded and ready to be hoisted to the Dubai skies one last time on day 2. Finally, the game is afoot and Georgia have possession with a couple of juggles and on their own 10-metre line. Nice step inside, that's the rangy figure of Nicolas Rekiashvili. Down the left flank. More Georgians arriving, confronting carry from Saba Ajvadze. Oh, a straightening and a dummy ball. And Tornike Abkakubaldia going through, but then picked off by the Chilean support arriving in the shape of Nicholas Garafulic. A quick recycle and the field is fractured everywhere. No one really knowing if they're in attack or defence. A bit of order is finally restored and a bit of connection in the Georgian defence. Benjamin Videla gets in at the base, whips it out, off to the right-hand side. Play develops. Cristobal Game slings it back in one-handed, and Chile keep possession alive. Ernest Chimeno coughs up the ball.
By red and after white. Scrum white.
And after all that action, all those blades of grass covered, we finally have a stoppage. And it'll be a scrum to the Georgians. Soso Matiashvili unable to gather the coughed up ball.
Let's go. Crowd.
Well, it's getting noisy, it's getting rowdy on a Saturday night here at the Sevens Stadium. So it should. These fans have been treated to some breathtaking sevens all throughout the day. And this is the climax. The final cup semi-final berth is there, and there's a blood-curdling cry
Time's off. Yeah.
from the tackle, and
TMO check,
immediately play is stopped, and it is uncomfortable to hear. Immediate concern for the stricken Georgian player, and the best medical attention he could wish for racing onto the field.
Late tackle by red number 7, yellow card.
Perfect. Late tackle by red number 7. Yellow
Correct.
card. Yeah, number 7, late tackle.
Matiashvili is in some real discomfort, and
yeah, it's yellow card. It's a late tackle.
it's as a result of the late tackle from Lucas Aveli.
White ball.
The 26-year-old is dismissed for 2 minutes.
Can you continue? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Let's go, guys.
So Chile reduced to 6, and Sosol Matiashvili
Red, right here, please.
has rallied.
Time back on.
By the sounds of things,
Ground.
he'll be staying on. In fact,
Bind.
he'll be putting the ball in here
Set.
for a scrum. You thought maybe there'd be a penalty for the foul play, but instead
Backwards.
Georgia will launch from the scrum, and it looks like Chile might latch onto it.
Backwards.
Again, loose, the ball ricocheting around the shins. Cristobal Game, so many big tries in his Chile career, but the ball's left behind by Nicholas Garafulic.
Checking. Gabriel, I can hear you.
And Cristobal Game
Great checking.
may well be the victim of a late hit himself now. Oh, that is high as well. And that could be a deeper
Yes,
shade
thank you
than
so much.
yellow. Well, still, Cristobal Game is down. Tries against Japan and Portugal, and
Direct contact, shoulder to the head, white number 9, red card.
Okay, we have a full play, direct contact with the head by the number 9, white, with no mitigation factor. We are talking about the red card. That's right?
Correct.
Thank you so much. Number 9, it's a red card.
it's difficult to argue with that decision. Saba Archvadze, the 20-year-old who
Sweet.
only made his Georgian debut 3 months ago,
Time back on.
is
Shoulder
dismissed for a late high shot to the head of Cristobal Game. And temporarily, the teams are levelled up at 6 men apiece. But just a minute and 15 seconds remaining of Luca Aveli's yellow card, and well, he's distraught.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Good.
Clear remorse. Cristobal Game, fortunately, fit enough to continue, and Chile fit enough to build an unconventional driving maul that gets brought to ground a metre or two shy. Then the pick and go. Route 1 from Chile. And try number 1 of this quarter-final. Nicholas Garafulic, heartbreakingly injured just 48 hours before the Rugby World Cup in France. Well, he's back on his feet, and he's back doing what he does best and doing what he loves. Tries on the big occasion. It's a wonderful conversion as well that's warmly appreciated by the Chilean delegation that we have here at Beats On 2. And these Chileans will come here full of confidence after a silver medal at the Pan American Games, defeated by Argentina, but counting Uruguay and the USA as scalps on their way to that final. There is just a good feeling coursing through South American rugby at the moment, and Chile are well and truly part of that good vibe. Here they are, leading Georgia. 2 minutes on the clock. A yellow and a red card, the main talking points of this quarter-final so far. And, well, with no engagement, this isn't technically a maul, so Soso Matiashvili is going to be frog marched to the touchline. It is a anomaly of the law book. They can't lift him up, and you can see the rest of his Georgian teammates primed and ready to interject, and almost Matiashvili.
Yeah, the yellow card can come back.
Gets it back in play. Well, another unusual moment in a staccato first half here. 2 late hits, one deemed yellow worthy, one deemed red, and just the sole try to report. It is Chile's, and Chile, now restored to 7, have the man advantage to play with. They ship it to the right edge, and they find Nicholas Garafulic, who's in at the double here at quarter-final time in Dubai. They run to the family. Brother Matthias scored against the USA in their historic World Cup qualifying win that took the 15 side to France. And having bounced back from injury, been involved in that Pan-American success, he's bagged himself a brace here in the quarterfinals. Diego Varkin unable to maximise the try, but Chile leading Georgia 12 points to 0. Cristobal Game envelops his opposite man, then Garafulic goes through. Game's there, and Chile are beginning to purr. Varkin, the string puller, the pass finder. Avelli reinstated to the field with making up to do. Back to Varkin, who slings one over the top. Garafulic is there for the hat-trick, but Cristobal Game won't need him. He canters across in second gear, and Chile are in full control of this quarter-final. Cool heads from Diego Varkin. Finds Cristobal Game, and the sweet boot to match that ice-cold head. Half-time here, Chile in complete command, 19-0 against Georgia.
More. 1 minute.
An unusual first half with a lot of conflict and controversy, but also 3 tries to the South Americans. They lead 19 points to 0 with Soso Matiashvili, who is the most experienced member of this Georgian team. There is a real youthful hue to those in white. Referee has his say, brings a bit of physicality to the game himself.
Backwards.
Diego Varkin getting harassed all the way back to his own 22. Chile get driven off the ball. Garafulic gets his paws in there, but illegally so. Finally, Georgia gets some time to play. Matiashvili bounces right, bounces left, takes Georgia to within 5. Jihadzi, Sergei. Well, as he felt, he caught a stray arm. Nothing malicious. Quick tap. Off go Georgia. Georgi Jobava. But Chile are wise to it. Almost. Well, you thought the arm was going up for Chile, but instead
have a holding here.
Held up.
Time is off.
And there could be another decision to come.
TMO check.
I got the result.
Yeah.
Red number 7, direct neck head contact, mitigation by changing direction by the first tackler, yellow card.
Well, the problem is that
number 7.
Luca Aveli already has a yellow card in the game, so it will be red.
Is that same player had the yellow card before, then it's a red card for the number 7.
Correct.
Number 7, please. It's a yellow card and red card.
Another red-tinged twist in this quarter-final. Luca Aveli, red-carded. It'll be 6-on-6 for 6 minutes. And Georgia will try and bounce and dance and reach their way to the line. Has he grounded it between his legs?
Yeah. Grounding here.
Georgi Jabava thinks he's got it.
Gabriel, just to confirm. Try, no try, please.
Try. You can avoid a try.
And crucially, the TMO thinks he's got it. Try awarded. Wonderful ingenuity from Georgi Jabava, who had a Chilean clinging to his back, but found a way to plant the ball between his legs. Sergei Jihadze has just slotted the best conversion of the weekend.
Can I play?
That was a delight. He slotted the crucial conversion against Uruguay earlier in the competition in the pool phase. Will that one prove to be as significant? Georgia are on the board, 6-on-6. There is going to be big spaces across this pitch for big, powerful runners like Nicolas Garafulic to exploit. Varkin flashes to the left. Chile pin their ears back and make way across the halfway line. Good awareness to bring in Alvaro Castro. Huge room here. Garafulic cantering, galloping, still going, still driving the Pistons. But he's robbed on the floor. Illegally so by Jabava. Bidea. Chile! That's the score from Lucas Strabucci. It was quick thinking from Chile, who had the Georgian defence scrambling. And Lucas Strabucci, who scored in every match this weekend, continues the trend. He squeezes his own conversion inside that right pole. They all count, but he didn't leave much room. Chile 26, Georgia 7. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Chill, chill, says Diego Varkin, who came up with 2 tries in that famous win over the USA in Santiago at the Pan American Games in the semi-final. He's been more of the facilitator for those around him thus far this evening. Messy pictures at the breakdown, easy decision for the penalty to go Georgia's way. Jobava, he's looking lively, he's looking like he wants to create something, looking like he wants to make something happen every time he gets the ball. Well, his probe down the left edge has freed up room on the right. Kohodze counts the Santiago final as his greatest rugby memory. Teimuraz Kohodze, he wants more memories here in Dubai. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining. A score now for Georgia makes things very interesting. Ali Begiashvili getting held up, but holding on the floor. Big penalty to head Chile's way. They'll be in no rush to restart this game.
Decision.
The fans beginning to celebrate with a few olés and maybe a few chi-chi-chis.
Time's off. Subs.
That was the chant
5
that rung around the stadia in Santiago when Los Condores sealed silver. Clemente Armstrong, the 22-year-old, comes on.
Subs complete. Time back on.
He played in the Santiago Challenger as well. It was a bronze that they achieved. They beat Georgia in the semi-final 31-14. And they're on track for a similar margin of victory as Thomas Salas goes carving through the white wall of Georgia. Benjamin Videla goes foraging, comes up with the ball. Switch on the left edge. Holes beginning to open up. Videla. Thomas Salas. Feeds Luca Strabucci, who squirms away from one challenge. Ball pops out, but it's gone forward. It may not be a move that's delivered points, but it's eaten enough time that you'd have to say that Chile are home and hosed right now.
Let's go, guys. Closer, please.
Well, Matiashvili, considering his team are the ones trailing, looks in no hurry. That's no doubt driven by exhaustion. It's tough enough with 7 on the field.
Set.
Georgia have done it with 6 for the lion's share of this match. Oh, ball has to come out first, Ben. So penalty to Georgia. Final play of the match. Chile are setting sail for the semi-finals. They'll just look to wind down the clock until the hooter sounds. And that'll do very nicely indeed. That's some touch finder, but it's irrelevant. What really matters is the points on the board, and Chile have done it. They've beaten Georgia 26 points to 7. They are off to the Cup semi-finals.
We continue.